Hey guys, I set up my Pixel 8 Pro. I've been using it for 3 days now, and there are some things that I would like to bring up. I have made a list. So, the questions here. We have a big problem with the Magic Editor, the best take feature, that needs to be backed up to the cloud. What happens if you do not back up? You do not get that option here. Let me show you how it works. So, I have backup every of my photos to Google Cloud. So, let's say if you have a photo here. If you do not back up to the cloud, once you click on edit, you don't get this option, this magic editor. You don't get the option on the left side, and you also don't get the tools as well. It needs to be installed, and you don't get the best take. Let's say for multiple people on the frame, you do not get the option for best take. I'm going to show you now. You get it because since I clicked on backup, you see best take on the left side. So this is one of the shortcomings because it should be baked into the system. Not necessarily we have to upload all the photos to cloud, because one Google account only gives us 15 GB of space, and we don't want. So there will be people, like most people, they don't want to pay for extra storage, right? So, and then that also brings one more question. Which is my point number two. If this is the case, what is the actual improvement of Tensor G3 chip compared to the Tensor G2? Because the cloud-based functions can be enabled for older Pixel 7 and 6 series as well, because this is baked into the Google Photos, not inside the phone, because you need to upload the photo into the cloud. It's not the phone doing it, it's the cloud doing it, because the software in the cloud doing it. So again, I have a lot of questions here because they're trying to separate the 7 and 8 series, 6 and 8 series, same like iPhone 14 and also 15 series. You don't get the 24 megapixel camera output from the iPhone 14 series. Technically you can, but you cannot. I mean, they're restricted by software. And then my third point is transferring data from old device. So I tried 3 times and I had to reset my phone again and again. I was not able to transfer from my Samsung S23 Ultra as well as from my Honor Magic 5 Pro. I was trying to transfer when the phone was reset brand new. None of my SMS messages as well as my MMS attachments, the photos that you sent using the Google Messages, none of them came through. No messages, no MMS attachments. I have no idea what's wrong with it, but it is what it is. So I'm going to use third-party software to bring it in here. But it should be a point to be noted. Google might have to address it. Maybe some people are affected with this, not all, but it's just I encountered this, so I'm going to bring it. I brought it to you guys. Next one. So old Google Photos delete photos bug still exists. Let me show you. So let's say you go to this photo and you're trying to delete it. You're trying to delete it. Fast forward, delete it, delete it, delete, 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 delete. So it is not as fast, as smooth as other iPhones or other phones. It is going to take time, and then sometimes, because they're baked into the cloud, it's just so painful. Because I know when Pixel 7 Pro came out, we also had the same problem. So if you're trying to delete photos multiple times, you have to press, and then sometimes it will freeze up, and then you just have to, remove the photo from the background, Google Photos, and then start again. So again, this is just a pain. I feel Google has to optimize it. It's still not optimized enough. Next one, heating still exists. Because I felt heating, first time when you're setting up heating happens, I understand. But if you're just using it, especially you use the photo editor, you're using the Magic Tech or Best Tech, anytime they are trying to contact or communicate with the cloud, your phone will get warm. So I don't understand the advantages here. They made improvements in the camera. I give it to them. But this thing, which is software based, it is communicating with cloud, and it is going to consume a lot of your battery. I've been playing with this camera for just maybe a little over an hour. So as you can see, the battery life dropped 15%, which is okay. I don't have any in the background process running, only one account, not many apps installed here, so which is okay. But what if I bring all my apps inside here? Everything is syncing, multiple Gmail accounts, everything is syncing. What happens? Yeah, another 10 or 15% drop expected if you're a hardcore user, like a very heavy user, and you will be expecting 20-25% drop in an hour. Probably like a 4 hour screen on time, because now it shows, according to my usage with nothing in it, it is like about a 5 hour screen on time. Which brings my next point is lens switching not as smooth during the recording phase, as phone tends to be warmer, because the phone is mostly warm. It's not cold, especially when you're video recording. It doesn't matter 1080p or 4K, but the phone is warm, so that's why the lens switching is not as smooth. Now it's not warm, so I'm going to show you. So I'm not recording video. You see, there's a judder. There's a judder. Not as smooth as iPhones. There are frame drops here and there, and not as fast and smooth. Okay, next I'm going to also emphasize about the speakers. I don't know what other YouTubers are saying. The speaker is not as loud. It is not as loud as the S23 Ultra. It is not as loud as my iPhone 14 Pro Max and 15 Pro Max. That's the truth. If you don't believe me, go test your phones in a Best Buy or maybe a Google store. Test your phone. Test this phone. You will know it. But there are certain other features that I really appreciate, which I'm going to let you know now. Not many phones allow us to record 4K 60 FPS across on lens. Google allows us, Huawei allows us, Honor allows us, and also the latest iPhone 15 Pro series allows us. You can record 4K 60 FPS front and back, and especially if you're recording to a back camera, 60 FPS, you can switch lens all the way. Number two, I can't emphasize about the haptics enough. It is so good this year. It's even improved, more improved, at least 30 to 40% improved than last year's haptic, which was very good. And the S23 Ultra is nowhere close to this kind of haptic. The way it is baked into the system here, you scroll, you swipe, back swipe, you take photos, everything inside the system. It's um, so much nice integrated into the system. The feel of the tight haptic that actually elevates the experience. I know the performance may not be as good as S23 Ultra Snapdragon Gen 2 or the Apple's A70 Bionic, but haptic, like, it's the experience that matters. I don't know about the longevity of the phone because I think processor performance is very important in the long run. If the processor can perform and hold up like 4 or 5 years, then the phone can hold up. Processor can't hold up, phone cannot hold up. I know Google is promising 7 years of software updates, but I don't know this subpar processor performance if they can hold up after 3 or 4 years, because the softwares are going to be more resource intensive, and they're going to consume more RAM, more resources. Phone will slow down, battery will degrade. So I don't know. I have seen it happening in this situation. I've seen Apple could sustain much better over the years than Android, because Android is a much more fragmented system. Next one, the pro thing that I appreciate is color consistency is spot on with all the lens switching. This is such a nice thing. I mean, I've seen, because Google improved the Pixel 8 Pro, especially 8 Pro, they improved the lens. So as you can see, I can show you here. If you're taking, let's say, a photo of outside, I'm going to switch lens. You don't see much color shifting going on across all lenses. You don't see the grass to be the too yellow green. It just still maintains a natural tone. Pixel tends to be a little towards cooler side, but I do not see a major color shift across the lenses like iPhones. But you see a lot of shift going on with other Android Chinese phones and also with Samsungs. But this is the truth. This is a fact. Especially color shift. You will notice color shift across the blues, the yellows, and the greens. And the grass I can show you here. You don't see color shift much. It's just exposure difference. About the sky, let me show you. Yeah, not much. All right. And last is Pro camera controls are nice and handy. I could feel my phone warm now. It's getting warm. I don't want to talk about the thermometer. It's just, and average consumer to average consumer doesn't matter. So like the last one, Pro camera controls are nice and handy. They're close to your fingers. Again, they're like located here. Even the video switching is like one finger away. You don't have to stretch your finger. And then Pro camera control just right bottom corner here. Even the settings on so at the left side. So this is like camera layout is very thoughtful. I really appreciate gave can't thank enough Google to work on their camera app. But again, if you're expecting a huge improvement in the camera quality and performance on video, this is wrong, because if I know YouTubers who will they have to please the company. If they cannot critique a company, they will not be getting the review device. And most of them um, they have to have their there are certain constraints, certain limitations how they're going to post their review. But I don't get any review in it. I'm being very straightforward with you. I import a lot of phones from China, and my take is that you don't see a drastic improvements with the camera quality between all the phones, iPhones, let's say Xiaomi's and Vivos and Oppos. The most important thing that matters is the camera experience. Yes, Vivos can have control the highlights better than Samsung's or maybe Oppo's, but it's just a matter of taste. Everybody, I may like a cooler tone, you may like a warmer tone, and then it's just everybody has a different taste, different style preference. And if you can take some time and change it on the post, any kind of video editor or photo editor, any phone can serve your purpose. So with that being said, these are my Pixel 8 pros and cons for an average user. I want the best experience for my phone, not just half baked thing that I believe. I'm trying to focus on the things that can elevate the experience of every user. So as I'm just audio recording here, screen recording, this this phone is fluid, but it is getting warm. Just audio recording. Think about it. It's just screen recording, no video recording, no 4K 60 FPS. It is warm. It is getting warm, relatively warm. My hands feeling warm. Not very uncomfortable, but I could feel it. So Google has to really improve it, and I'm not sure about the longevity of the software because it's too far. 7 years is too far. This kind of performance, which is almost like a 2-year-old flagship CPU performance, I don't know how it can hold up even after like 3 or 4 years. I don't know. I have no idea. When only the time can tell. With the softwares coming up, more resource intensive, more features are being baked in softwares. I don't know how Google can manage it. But again, if you ask me if I want my Pixel 8 Pro as my daily driver, I would say no, because I'm spending $1,000. I want something more future proof. I do a lot of things on my phone. I'm a little heavy user. This maybe having a better camera, but a phone is so much more than just a camera. It is about the overall experience, like the seamless experience of iPhone's integration, fluidity, and also the apps, quality of the apps. Samsung's on your animation, also their S Pen experience, their multitasking. It's not just the camera. It's holistic. Okay, signing out. Take care, peace.